It's the deadliest legacy of the civil war in Sri Lanka. Hundreds of thousands of unexploded landmines. Now the military and aid agencies are working to clear the minefields laid by both sides in the conflict. The aid groups say that it'll take at least a decade to remove them from the north and east of Sri Lanka. ABC correspondent Richard Lindell filed this report from Kilinochchi.
Attention! Stand. Attention! Dismiss.
It's 6 a.m. and this group of workers are already on the move. This has the look and feel of a military operation, with discipline and focus to survive the day ahead. Almost a quarter of the workers here are women, taking on one of the most dangerous jobs in the world.
I do have fears while doing this work. I try to do my work carefully and safely.
Terarasa Nityananti is one of the estimated 90,000 war widows in the north and east of the country. Work is scarce and manual labour doesn't provide the job security or the $200 a month salary she's paid to clear mines.
I needed to work because I have 4 children. My husband's no more and we were struggling to make ends meet to bring up my children, so I started working.
Her job is made more difficult by the nature of the conflict. Both sides laid mines during the almost 3-decade-long civil war.
So, of course, one of the major problems you have is that the LTT didn't map any of the minefields they laid, so it must make the job that much more complex.
Sure. We depend on, initially we depend on local information for the location of that minefield.
While the Sri Lankan army mapped their minefields, the Tamil Tigers did not. It means all uncleared areas pose a threat, and the deminers must map their progress as they work. Here at Kilinochchi, the scene of some of the fiercest battles of the war, minefields are still being discovered.
So as people are resettling, as people are pushing further back into the jungle, into their old land and into newly reclaimed land from that jungle, new information is arriving. And we just have to react to that in terms of surveying, marking and then clearing when necessary.
Work at this site started 3 months ago and so far 200 mines have been removed.
Okay, so each of the 30cm yellow sticks marks a mine found and removed through our clearance. This whole area around you is now cleared.
But a large swathe of this farmland is yet to be cleared. This is slow, painstaking work. Using basic tools, these women are reclaiming their land in 50-centimetre strips.
There are no definitive figures as to the amount of mines laid during the war, but it's estimated that there are over 100 square kilometres of minefields still to be cleared, with potentially hundreds of thousands of mines. Now, 100 square kilometres may not sound a lot, but this deminer will clear just 20 square metres a day.
Sri Lanka's north has one of the highest concentrations of landmines in the world, but clear marking by the military and aid groups has kept the casualty rate low compared to other conflict zones. 9 deaths and 38 injuries were reported in 2010, but there is also a social and economic cost. Minefields lay waste to valuable farmland and prevent thousands of displaced people returning to their homes.
I'm helping to make areas safe for people to live, do cultivation and for cattle to move around. I feel happy because people are benefiting.
Kanasan Krishnaveni is the section commander of this team. Her wage supports her 4 siblings and parents. While she's been promoted and had success here, it hasn't filled her with confidence about the future.
I haven't thought about what I will do after I leave this work. It will be difficult to find a job once I leave here.
In the meantime, aid groups say there's another decade's worth of work clearing the most dangerous legacy of Sri Lanka's civil war. Richard Lindell, Lateline.